This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, up to 6 o'clock. Glad you're with us. We're up to Thursday as well, as John Scalzi likes to sing, one day more. One day more until Friday. I'm Ray Collins, and John Scalzi's got details now of the Thursday forecast. Hey, John.
Little Friday, we love it.
That's right.
We're looking at quiet conditions across the Suncoast right now, Ray. I think we're looking at a beautiful morning commute. Nothing in the way of inclement weather. It's a little bit of cloud cover from time to time, but that's okay. We have also a lot of starry sky out there, leading to a lot of sunshine as we head into the mid-morning hours. A few scattered showers over on the other coast, but nothing here locally. Our daytime high will top out warm once again, coming in around the 90-degree mark, and we'll have about a 20% chance of showers. We'll have the complete forecast for you coming up in just a few.
All right, John, thank you. Checking first alert traffic now as you awaken on this Thursday morning. Some spotty issues on Manatee Avenue out toward the bridges to the west there. Also State Road 70, the usual slowdowns around 301. Look at the Bayfront, though, in Sarasota. Quite an issue in the southbound lane as you go from the Ringling Bridge all the way past the Sailor and Nurse toward Orange and Osprey into the 301 Apex. And South County mostly clear at 6:01 on your Thursday morning. Our top story, Hurricane Maria has reemerged back into the Atlantic after demolishing Puerto Rico, wiping out entire power grids and leaving residents to fend for themselves. Andy Rose tells us where it's heading next.
Sounds like a woman screaming at the top of her lungs. Very high-pitched squealing sound, and it's coming through every crack in this building.
Hurricane Maria's oppressive flooding and deadly winds turned Puerto Rican streets into raging rapids, paralyzing rescue and recovery efforts and wiping out power to the entire island. The commandant of the U.S. Coast Guard made this statement about their work to find people.
First priority is going to be saving of lives, not just in Puerto Rico, U.S. Virgin Islands. I'm especially concerned with St. Croix, that was also in the path of Hurricane Maria when it was a Category 5 hurricane. We bring the whole federal family to bear under our national response framework. We'll work in support of the governor in Puerto Rico.
The head of Antigua and Barbuda's disaster services says the main communication systems for Dominica are down, and the only power to the crippled island is from generators and car batteries. Meanwhile, Hurricane Maria's path of destruction is far from over. The Dominican Republic, Turks and Caicos, and parts of the Bahamas are all within its course of chaos. I'm Andy Rose reporting.
An update now on the investigation into last week's London train station explosion. Police and forensic workers are searching a property in Wales in an operation. It's believed to be linked with the bombing that injured 30 people on Friday. The search comes as British counter-terrorism police arrested 2 more people in connection to the attack, bringing the total number of arrests to 5. London's threat level has been reduced now from critical to severe. New this morning, the country's top Wall Street regulator says a 2016 cyber attack breached its massive filing system, possibly allowing hackers to make illegal profits. The SEC said it learned last month that last year's hack may have been used for monetary gain and illegal trading. The SEC says authorities are still investigating. In Ohio, this former teacher is accused of lying about having cancer to get paid sick leave. Christine Gill faces 7 counts of forgery, theft in office, and tampering with records. School officials began investigating her after she was granted sick leave under the claims that she was diagnosed with cancer. She submitted letters from doctors to validate her story that were later found to have factual errors and a forged signature. She has since resigned. The U.S. Coast Guard is marking a record-breaking year in cocaine seizures. Since last month, 25 drug operations have been conducted off South and Central America. More than 50,000 pounds of cocaine and heroin were recovered from suspected smugglers. The seized drugs, worth almost $680 million, were offloaded in San Diego yesterday. Caught on camera, a driver lost control and plowed into a Pennsylvania car dealership. Look at this. They believe she was speeding when the car barreled into at least 4 cars in Pittsburgh. Investigators are checking out whether alcohol or drugs may have played a role in this crash. A popular minivan is being recalled due to a serious seatbelt issue. Fiat Chrysler is recalling almost 50,000 Pacifica vans in the U.S. and Canada for this issue. The center buckle could hit the release button on the left buckle and cause it to unlatch while driving. So until repairs are made, owners should not use the second row center seat if other passengers are in that row. Well, you're paying about 46 cents more for a gallon of gas than a month ago, and the hurricanes are to blame. Hurricane Harvey slowed the oil refining process in Texas, and Hurricane Irma raised the demand for gas in Florida. So now gas prices have hit a 3-year high in Florida. But AAA believes prices should start to slowly drop again soon.
Barring any more disruptive hurricanes as we've had, we expect prices to continue to drop over the next days and the next weeks. And actually, we foresee before we celebrate New Year's Day this year that we'll see the lowest prices of 2017.
Good to hear. AAA says gas prices won't go down as quickly as they went up, but they are expected to drop by as much as 30 cents a gallon in the coming weeks. Other transportation news now, an easier way to get to the Midwest if you don't mind driving a bit south. You'll be soon able to fly from Fort Myers to Omaha nonstop. Frontier Airlines will start the service on November 9th. Frontier also has nonstop flights to Denver and seasonally to Orlando International Airport from Omaha. 6:06 right now. Rescuers in Mexico are trying hard to save trapped survivors after a powerful quake claimed at least 240 lives. A girl buried in the debris of her school has become a symbol of hope now. ABC's Arlette Saenz has the latest.
Rescuers are racing against time, working to rescue a young girl trapped inside the rubble of what was once an elementary school. Officials believe 2 others may be trapped in the rubble with her. Rescuers peeking into the debris, raising their arms above their heads to silence the crowd as they listen for signs of life. At least 25 people were killed when an entire wing of the school collapsed, most of them children. So much of the school destroyed, but students' backpacks still hang eerily on their hooks. But miraculously, 11 people from that school have been rescued after being buried under the rubble. 13-year-old Rodrigo was lucky enough to escape, saying he had to be evacuated by crawling over a wall. Dozens of buildings in central Mexico were flattened when the massive 7.1 earthquake struck Tuesday. People rushed into the street, some capturing videos of buildings collapsing around them, the shaking lasting for several minutes.
I still don't feel safe. I feel like I'm living in an aftershock constantly.
In Mexico City alone, more than 50 people have been rescued from the rubble, but there are fears others could still be trapped. First responders continue to dig through the destruction as volunteers bring food and water to those involved in the search. The mayor says more than 40 buildings have collapsed and half the city is without power. President Trump spoke with Mexico's president to extend his condolences for the lives lost and the damages caused by the earthquake. He also offered assistance and search and rescue teams, which are already being deployed from the U.S. Arlette Saenz, ABC News, Washington.
Meantime, after years of planning and preparation, the 2017 World Rowing Championship starts Saturday. Nearly 1,000 athletes from 70 countries are taking part in the regatta, including a team from Mexico. One member of the Mexican team says they were devastated to hear about the earthquake back home.
Well, in the beginning we didn't even know how bad it was, so we were kind of worried, but not at all. And after a couple of hours we started receiving photos and videos, and then we worried. And everyone was in touch with their families, so everyone is okay by far. So we are worried and we are sad because we are far. At least I am kind of like angry that I cannot help at all, but we cannot do anything from here, so we're still going to concentrate and give our best effort in the race so we can make some good news for Mexico.
The races start this Saturday and they run through October 1st. And finally, after years of extra attention, sea turtles are slowly coming back from the brink of extinction. Scientists looked at nearly 60 regions worldwide and found more turtle populations are now increasing. Experts say that's a big change from a decade or 2 ago. They credit conservation efforts, including darker, quieter beaches for nesting. As for local sea turtle nesting season, Mote Marine is still assessing what impact Hurricane Irma had on all those nests. It's a painstaking process of counting the nests from Venice up to Longboat Key.
Yeah, it is, one by one. Have you ever been in the water swimming or diving or whatever and come across a turtle?
No, have you?
Yes, it's
Really?
fantastic. You think of them as big, lumbering, kind of slow animals on land, but boy, when they're in the water, that is their environment, and they are so graceful and wonderful to watch.
Wouldn't want to step on it or kick it.
No, you wouldn't.
By accident, I mean, not on
oh,
purpose.
yeah, oh, I see. Yes.
By accident, I mean.
Yes, no, of course not. That's, and I think, you know, I mentioned it in the last hour that the Suncoast residents deserve a big pat on the back for taking very good care and being good stewards of the environment with regards to these animals.
We've done a lot of stories about that, and maybe it's paying off.
I think so.
Right?
We have some showers in the forecast later on. Just the thing a turtle would enjoy. We'll talk about. I don't know what that was. We'll talk about that in just a second.
Also, first alert traffic and a closer look at a very serious story, the devastation left behind in Dominica after Hurricane Maria struck that island earlier this week.
The 11 o'clock advisory, the new update now is suggesting that the tornado watch is over, although sometimes tornadoes do occur outside of the watch area.
In for now, because first responders still have to assess the area.
As information is coming in, we're just trying to make sure that it gets on air, on digital, and on the phone.
Storm's impact goes well beyond, you know, damage and power outages. It also affects sports.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, AND services.com.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I am creating a job. I am Goodwill, yeah, yeah.
It's no small wonder anybody loves it all.
I just love art that moves me.
No small,
I mean really moves me.
Wonder.
Sunset Fiat of Sarasota presents No Small Wonder. High performance style. Let the art of Fiat move you.
There was this big bruise on my friend's face. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to think her own nephew could have hit her.
I didn't want to see it. My mother's bank account was emptied, and a caregiver had taken control of it.
I didn't want to see it. My father's refrigerator. There was hardly anything in it. That's unusual for him.
It's tough to see that a senior citizen is being abused, physically, emotionally, sexually, or financially. Elder abuse is a crime.
So see the signs. Stop the crimes.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blog, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, AND services.com.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
75 degrees the air temperature with a dew point of 72. We have a northeast wind coming in at about 6 and just a few fair weather clouds around. Those fair weather clouds are not rain clouds and will not produce any rain this morning. Temperature 73 in Wauchula, 74 in Arcadia, 73 in Mayaca. Parrish coming in at 75, so is Bradenton, 77 degrees in Venice. Northport coming in at 75, and so is Punta Gorda. So we have some showers that are still in progress associated with Jose. Those showers producing a few light areas of rainfall and some gusty winds across the most eastern sections of Massachusetts. Otherwise, the extent of coverage has kind of decreased across many areas of New York and Connecticut. So traveling today, that's all right. That shouldn't be a big deal there. Otherwise, we have some showers back to the west, and we have some showers also around areas in the Midwest and the Heartland. In fact, Minneapolis-St. Paul could actually see some severe thunderstorms today if you're traveling to that area. Hey, check it out. In the highest elevations of some of the Rockies and Cascades, we may see a little bit of light snowfall. So just a hint that as we head into tomorrow and the first day of fall, some colder air is beginning to amass to the north, and that will eventually work its way here and slice through the humidity, but not today. Today it'll be another warm one. Not much in the way of a rainfall chance this morning, but by later this afternoon, I think we'll see a similar situation to yesterday. Scattered showers around the area, and then a few thunderstorms as well, certainly possible, especially around the mouth of Charlotte Harbor and around Tampa Bay. Otherwise, morning commute, rain-free and fine. There's our bullseye area for potentially strong to severe weather in parts of Minneapolis-St. Paul a little later today. We'll watch the state of Florida perhaps get some thunderstorms, but nothing in the way of any kind of severe thunderstorms across the region. Just your typical garden variety summer kind of rains and showers and maybe an isolated thunderstorm. Jose continues to move away, having carved a path through the Atlantic that Maria will likely follow for a time anyway. High pressure, the dominant weather feature for us, again brings us this easterly flow, and that helps to bring us those isolated late-day showers, a sun-cloud mix. Here's our future rainfall forecast. It gives you a fairly good idea of what to expect. A few scattered showers around, maybe some of them a little bit stronger, bringing us thunderstorms, and then tomorrow about the same. 3 systems we continue to monitor. One yesterday was Lee, had about a 60% chance of storms. Now Jose and Maria are no threat to the United States really dying out in the open waters of the Atlantic. Northeast wind brings you a light to moderate chop, and the official Suncoast forecast calls for better weekend rain chances, followed by a drying next week. Back to you.
All right, thank you, John. Checking first alert traffic now. Some buildups around downtown Bradenton. Also looking toward the interstate, we see a slowdown there on 64 in the westbound lane heading toward downtown Bradenton. Farther south now on the map, continue to see an issue there on the Bayfront in the southbound lane as you head along there toward the 301 Apex. Also Bee Ridge Road in the eastbound lane around Tuttle. South County mostly clear at 6:18 on this Thursday morning. How do you begin to recover when all that's left after a Category 5 hurricane is debris? Reporter Michael Holmes flew over the island of Dominica, in the Caribbean, and saw the devastation firsthand.
Hurricane Maria hit Dominica at full Category 5 strength and showed no mercy, plowing through villages, towns, and the capital, Roseau. Not a tree untouched across the island, thousands snapped in two, no greenery left. There was spectacular rainforest here, no more. Now this is as close as we or anyone can get to Dominica, at least for now. The airport's shut down. They're hoping to open it in the hours ahead to see just how bad things are down there. But we can see from up here, this island has been hit and hit hard. We passed low, buffeted by the remnants of Maria. Our pilot unable to land before on-the-ground safety checks had deemed the runway safe. The damage is island-wide. Where there is a town or village, there is debris covering the landscape like confetti. Houses ripped open, torn apart, roofs gone. We saw some cars moving, but no people. We did see evidence of numerous landslides on this mountainous island. The usually blue-green sea rendered brown in places from the earth swept into it. Dominica has an agriculture-based economy. It's sugarcane, banana plantations, citrus, and most of that is exported. From what we can see up here, that is gone. And the loss of those resources and that income is going to be devastating for this island and its people. Of course, the immediate concern is the 73,000 residents here, making sure aid gets in and quickly. Medical treatment, power, fresh water and shelter, the immediate priorities. Regional officials planning for aid flights and voyages to begin in force on Thursday from the nearby island of St. Lucia, and hoping for clarity on just what has happened to the island of Dominica. Michael Holmes, CNN, over Dominica in the Caribbean.
Certainly an unforgettable hurricane season. Well, our live camera was there when an accident just happened there at 301 and Myrtle Street. Hard to make out exactly, but there's a car in the ditch right there. This is in the Newtown area. What's that, Zach? Okay, that's the only shot we have right now. And there you can start to see the lights on a car that went into a ditch at 301 and Myrtle Street minutes ago in northern Sarasota County. We'll have more on that throughout the morning. We're at 6:20 right now, and still ahead, First Lady Melania Trump speaks out against cyberbullying. We'll tell you who was there to hear her powerful speech after this.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
You studied hard, went to college, and achieved your dream, but it turned into a financial nightmare. If you have federal student loans and you'd like to reduce your payments, get more time, or have your loans completely eliminated, then we have good news. With one call to Student Loan Relief Services, you can find support and guidance. We've already helped thousands of people, and we can help you too. If you have $10,000 or more in federal student loans, you can qualify for payment extensions, payment reductions, or you may qualify to have your federal student loan completely forgiven. Call Student Loan Relief Services now to find out about your options. Take control of your finances and get out from under this burden. One of our student loan experts has the answers to your questions and great solutions to ease your financial burden. We're here for you. Call Student Loan Relief Services now.
Call 800-759-0203, 800-759-0203.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
This is an important medical announcement. Talcum powder products from some of the best-known brands have been linked to ovarian cancer. Any woman who has used a talcum powder product and has been diagnosed with ovarian cancer may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that women with long-term use of talcum powder, including baby powder for feminine hygiene, can increase the risk of contracting ovarian cancer. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to women who should have been warned about the risks of ovarian cancer with long-term use of talcum powder. Call the Talcum Powder Hotline. If you or a loved one used talcum powder and were diagnosed or died from ovarian cancer, you must call now.
Call 800-570-7599, 800-570-7599.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Another live shot of an accident that just happened in North Sarasota. This is at 301 in Myrtle. Our witnesses there in the scene say a car struck another car at the intersection, struck a pole, and went into the ditch. As we start to zoom in tightly, you'll see a car in that ditch. We're still waiting to hear about the status of the driver inside that car. We'll continue to monitor the scene there at 301 in Myrtle in northern Sarasota County. 6:24 right now. While her husband was inside the UN General Assembly, First Lady Melania Trump spoke out about cyberbullying with the spouses of other world leaders. ABC's Tom Lamas has the story.
In this morning's GMA First Look, First Lady Melania Trump taking a public stance against a problem some say her husband is contributing to.
We must turn our focus right now to the message and content they are exposed to on a daily basis.
Just last week, President Trump retweeted a video of himself hitting Hillary Clinton with a golf ball. Before that, body slamming CNN. And Melania Trump, who said she has talked to her husband about some of his tweets, defending his response during the campaign.
When you attack him, he will punch back 10 times harder.
And we'll have the latest on the First Lady's speech, plus an exclusive interview with former White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer, coming up at 7 a.m. with your GMA First Look. I'm Tom Yamas, ABC News, New York.
I accept I don't bike as far as I used to. I even accept I have a higher risk of stroke due to AFib, a type of irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. But no matter where I ride, I go for my best. So if there's something better than warfarin, I'll go for that too. Eliquis. Eliquis reduced the risk of stroke better than warfarin, plus had less major bleeding than warfarin. Eliquis had both.
Don't stop taking Eliquis unless your doctor tells you to, as stopping increases your risk of having a stroke. Eliquis can cause serious and, in rare cases, fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve or abnormal bleeding. While taking Eliquis, you may bruise more easily, and it may take longer than usual for any bleeding to stop. Seek immediate medical care for sudden signs of bleeding, like unusual bruising. Eliquis may increase your bleeding risk if you take certain medicines. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures.
I'm still going for my best, and for Eliquis.
Ask your doctor about Eliquis.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee counties since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today at our new kitchen and bath cabinetry locations.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Hi, I'm Joan London with A Place for Mom. Over the years, we've helped thousands of families find senior care, and today's senior living communities have never been better. With amazing amenities like movie theaters, exercise rooms and swimming pools, public cafes, bars and bistros, even pet care services. And nobody understands your options like the advisors at A Place for Mom. These are local expert advisors that will partner with you to find the perfect place and determine the right level of care, whether that's just a helping hand or full-time memory care. Best of all, it's a free service. Call today. A Place for Mom. You know your family, we know senior living. Together, we'll make the right choice.
Call A Place for Mom right now to get our free ebook on financing senior care, as well as a free referral for senior living communities in your area. Call 1-800-290-0352. That's 1-800-290-0352.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
This half hour on Good Morning Suncoast, a 7-hour standoff is over in Parrish. We'll tell you what began the incident with Manatee County Sheriff deputies. An Amber Alert issued for 4 young siblings in Bradenton will tell you who might have them this morning and why they could be in danger. And we'll tell you how tourism officials are trying to spread the word in the wake of Hurricane Irma that Sarasota County is back open for business. Your Suncoast News starts right now.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
And we begin this half hour with a live picture of an accident that just happened minutes ago in front of our live camera at 301 and Myrtle. A car was going northbound on 301. It struck another car, hit a pole, and then went into the ditch. We are told the driver was put into an ambulance. No word yet on his or her condition. But again, you might want to avoid 301 northbound right now around Myrtle. We'll have much more in our traffic report and throughout the half hour here on Good Morning Suncoast. 6:31, I'm Ray Collins. Let's get now to the First Alert Forecast Center and John Scalzi. Hey, John.
Good morning. Looks pretty good for us on this little Friday. Everything is quiet for your morning commute. In terms of weather, we're not seeing much in the way of any kind of rain showers around. We don't hardly have a cloud across the sky. We'll look for a daytime high that tops out near 90, and when we get close to that, a few more showers will start to build. Right now we have a few on the East Coast. Nothing here locally yet, but a 20% chance of showers should do it for us today. We'll watch perhaps even an isolated thunderstorm build. As we head into the weekend, our rain chances go up. We'll talk about that in just a few.
All right, checking First Alert traffic right now. First off in Manatee County. No real problems to report, just a few spotty issues around the county. Farther south now into Sarasota County. You won't see it on the map, but you do want to avoid 301 northbound, as we just showed you. An accident just happened moments ago at 301 and Myrtle. And farther south, nothing to report at 6:32 on your Thursday morning. Topping our news, a parish man had a 7-hour standoff with sheriff deputies in northern Manatee County last night. It all began reportedly when he allegedly pointed a gun at his wife and then fired shots out the window. Our Rick Adams was on the scene.
Yeah, this tense situation here has gone on for many hours. It's something that has shaken this quiet community. The Twin Rivers subdivision in Parrish has been on edge since around 3:30 Wednesday afternoon. That's when an armed man barricaded himself inside his home in the 3400 block of 162nd Avenue East.
It's very unnerving, but as soon as the police explained that no one was running loose, we didn't have any kind of a situation where I might be in danger, I asked them. They said, no, you're safe. I sort of figured out who it was involved with.
For Teresa Orr, she says she has encountered the man many times around the neighborhood and has never had any issues with him. She tells us she's not too surprised this happened and is very concerned.
I never got a bad feeling about him. I feel like he had some mental problems.
The Manatee County Sheriff's Office SWAT team and several other units were on scene. We're being told the man fired several shots from his home, but no one was injured. Some of the neighborhood had to be evacuated.
For the area, I'm really shocked. I didn't expect this at all. I'm shocked to the fact that it's right next to our house.
The name of the man has yet to be released. The Manatee County Sheriff's Office says they will disclose more information as soon as it becomes available. And at this time, there are still a lot of unanswered questions. These are questions we're hoping to have answers to in the coming days. Reporting from Parrish, I'm Rick Adams, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Other news now, an Amber Alert has been issued for 4 siblings from Bradenton. The 4 kids missing are Joseph, Jocelyn, Joella, and Jacqueline Gadwan. Their grandmother has been given temporary custody due to issues between their parents, and she reported them missing on Friday after their mother took the kids from her house. The mother is only allowed supervised visits, and detectives have since found information that they could be in danger. They might be in a dark green Toyota Corolla. If you see them, call 911. Police in Bradenton have made an arrest now in a deadly beating from last week. They arrested this man, Stanley Jean, charged him with manslaughter. They found the victim, Christopher Bang, last week on 15th Street West in Bradenton with injuries to his face and head. He was taken to Blake Medical Center but died a short time later. This woman is behind bars after being charged with several car burglaries and credit card fraud in Siesta Key. Sheriff deputies began the investigation in July when a man reported his credit card stolen from his car. An online purchase was made with the card after the burglary and was delivered to a home in Sarasota. Detectives found surveillance video showing a woman going through cars of the victim's home. A second victim then reported his credit card stolen. 20-year-old Sarah Young is now charged with burglary and credit card fraud. Local victims of Bernie Madoff will soon get at least some of their money back. The U.S. Justice Department says it'll begin compensating Madoff victims within the next few months. The DOJ says it's poised to issue initial distributions by the end of 2017. Madoff victims have yet to receive any money from the $4 billion Victims Fund created 5 years ago by the Justice Department. A new spring training stadium will be going up soon in Northport, and now the West Villages hopes to break ground next month, with structures going up as soon as November. City commissioners approved the deal earlier this week to bring the Atlanta Braves here in 2019. The project is set to be completed and ready for the first game in February of 2019.
Well, we're very glad that it's passed. It has been a long process, as you can imagine.
The $75 million complex will be paid for by Sarasota County, the state of Florida, the city of Northport, and the Atlanta Braves as well. 6:36 right now. We're learning more about Sarasota's plan to get people to pay to park in downtown Sarasota. The city says the plan is for 450 parking spaces. They've not yet decided which meters they are going to buy this time. Commissioners have not decided which equipment, meters, or technology they want. Once they narrow down the choices, they plan to have the public test it out. The parking equipment could be rolled out as early as next May. And as the Suncoast recovers from Irma, the City of Sarasota Building Division is waiving fees and fast-tracking emergency permits related to the storm. If you need an emergency permit for your home or business, you're encouraged to photograph the damage requiring emergency repairs as soon as possible. To qualify as an emergency, the application must state that the work is related to the hurricane. Permits will be issued for a number of repairs, including roofs, fences, tree removal, and signs. In the meantime, cleanup continues in Manatee County to get rid of storm debris. The collection began on Monday and could take up to 6 weeks to complete. The county is asking homeowners to separate storm debris into 3 categories: vegetative waste like tree limbs and leaves, appliances like refrigerators and AC units, and construction and demolition debris like drywall and fencing. Manatee County utility officials say they're doing the best they can to get cleanup done as quickly and efficiently as possible.
There is a large quantity. Fortunately, it's not as bad as it could have been had we had a worse storm hit us more directly. But we are doing what we can to pick it up in the fastest way possible.
Although there are no guarantees on when it will be done, our weather could delay or extend that process. Students across the Suncoast missed more than a week of school due to Irma, and now school districts are making decisions about makeup days. Now, the superintendent of schools in Sarasota County says there will be 0 makeup days. Todd Bowden says that students will not have to make them up because of the extra 30 minutes a day of instruction students receive due to referendum dollars. The Manatee County School Superintendent plans to make a recommendation on makeup days to the board later on this week. We'll keep you posted. And Sarasota and city county leaders have been discussing some of the more pressing issues facing the Suncoast, including how our local government responded during Hurricane Irma. Some of the concerns at the top of the list include transportation, river road evacuation, as well as mental health, and how local officials could have improved in their response to Hurricane Irma.
When the storm is bigger than the entire state, there's no place to run and no place to hide. Of course, we're going to recap what did we do right, what did we do wrong. My particular thing is, since I live in Venice, we do need more shelters in Venice. We need a lot more shelters in Venice. So that was the only flaw. Other than that, I think we operated pretty effectively and efficiently, and county government was on it 24/7.
The group also discussed what can be done to help local homeowners and businesses who are still struggling after the storm. And now that Irma is history, local tourism officials want to make sure people know the Suncoast is open for business. As power is restored, more hotel rooms are available. At the same time, other businesses are open and getting back on their feet. Although Florida destinations like the Keys and Miami Beach have been hit hard, Visit Sarasota County officials say it's important to get the word out that Sarasota County is open.
We link directly to the Sarasota County Government Emergency Operations site on their website to ours, and make sure we're sharing those messages immediately after the storm.
Now, the only tourist attraction still closed is the Venice Fishing Pier, which suffered significant damage during the storm. It'll be closed for a few months. In Bradenton, volunteers are still needed to distribute food to those impacted by the storm. The Food Bank of Manatee will have 2 more days of food distribution. They're looking for volunteers to help this afternoon from 3 to 4:30 and tomorrow from 2:30 to 4:30 at the Renaissance in Bradenton. If you are interested, you can contact the food bank to register to help volunteer. Good to have folks helping out in so many different ways after that hurricane.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right.
So we've got some
still
rain.
Lingering issues.
There's many ancillary issues.
Yeah.
Rain coming on Saturday as the rowing championship begins.
Well, you know, standard afternoon kind of thunderstorm stuff, the kind of stuff we're used to. You know, it won't be an all-day rain out or anything like that. So I'm sure they'll get a lot of the races underway. The good news is that by the second half of the weekend, we'll get some drying, and that'll linger for days in a row. So
yeah,
some good weather in store. We'll talk about that coming up in a few.
Also still ahead, we'll have first alert traffic, and e-cigarettes are considered a healthy alternative. But could the vapor actually be doing more harm than good to your heart? We'll tell you what new research is saying when we come back.
The Alfa Romeo Stelvio takes the modern compact luxury crossover and injects it with personality.
Every crossover should be this good to drive.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru is the best overall brand for 2 years running and the most trusted brand for 3 years running, according to Kelly Blue Book's KBB.com. Right now, you can lease one of Subaru's most versatile vehicles, the Subaru Crosstrek, for as little as $199 a month, or get 2.9% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-685-6422, 800-685-6422.
I went in skeptical and came away impressed.
Stelvio can spring from a standstill to 60 miles per hour in 5.4 seconds, a segment best.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
The 75-degree air temperature dew point coming in at 72. We have an east-northeast wind at 6 and a few fair weather clouds across the region. 74 degrees in Wauchula, Arcadia at 74, 74 in Mayaca, Parrish, Bradenton at 75, so Sarasota, Venice at 77, and Boca Grande at 77 as well. This is what we have left over from Jose. Jose, still a formidable storm, 60-mile-an-hour winds in a small section of a quadrant, but the rain showers are far enough away from the coast that not many people are seeing much in the way of rainfall. Still, however, getting a pretty good surf action across the coastline there, and I'm sure they'll see some beach erosion as well as big rip current issues. The showers, though, are abating, certainly for New York, not seeing a big issue. Philadelphia, none of these areas really being impacted by the rain showers. Even Boston, really not so much. So it shouldn't be a big problem if you're commuting. That's a long commute. If you're traveling today. Minneapolis, St. Paul may see some stronger storms a little bit later on, and there may be a few sprinkles of snow in high elevations of the Rockies. How about that? We have across our region quiet conditions, though we are seeing a little bit of rain falling on the East Coast. Yesterday we had a few thunderstorms develop right along our coast late in the day as the sea breeze kind of hit in with the general prevailing winds. Same thing had got to happen again today. No reason to think that won't be the case. Enough moisture around to support afternoon showers, but currently Titan radar is quiet. We do have a bullseye of potentially severe weather up around Minneapolis, St. Paul, but locally any thunderstorms we get will be benign and just your standard afternoon variety. High pressure, the dominant weather feature back to the west, continuing to provide us with an easterly wind flow, a trough low pressure located to the north, and Jose located out in the near Atlantic. All of that adding up together to bring us a day very similar to yesterday with a few scattered showers building in the afternoon. Warm weather with daytime highs up near 90, isolated afternoon showers, rain chance about 20%, and some sunshine to start your morning, but then clouds to follow in the afternoon as the showers build. Few scattered showers around today, 20% chance. I think tomorrow we'll start to see our rain chances go up, though, as we begin to see a little bit more moisture kind of work its way into the picture. Northeast wind at about 10 to 15 today will bring you a light to moderate chop. And the official Suncoast forecast calls for a 20% chance of showers today. We'll up it to 40% tomorrow afternoon and then start to trend it back down next week. Back to you.
Thank you, John. Checking first alert traffic now. Build up already on the northbound lanes from Bradenton up toward Palmetto. That's a change from usual. It'll switch later in the morning. Also checking farther south now, the Bayfront showing some congestion on 41 southbound as you head from the Ringling Bridge all the way down to 41. South County 681 showing some extra vehicles as you get off the interstate there and start heading toward the Laurel Nokomis area. Otherwise pretty good at 647 on your Thursday morning. In this hour's Health Smart, e-cigarettes may be healthier for the lungs, but they might be more dangerous for the heart. ABC's Arlette Sines has a story.
They're the sexy devices that introduced us to vaping, e-cigarettes, an instant hit with young people, and with fans saying that vaping comes with lower concentrations of cancer-producing substances, it made a healthier choice than traditional cigarettes. But while e-cigarettes don't offer smoke, they do give a hit of nicotine. And new research out today says that could pose risks to the heart. Researchers at UCLA studied the effects of e-cigarettes on the hearts of healthy non-smokers. E-cigarettes with nicotine increased adrenaline levels in their hearts, a change that in turn can affect heart rate and blood pressure. The concern, the potential for a higher risk of heart damage or even death due to an increase in heart rate variability, something that previous studies have demonstrated. This study was a small one, exclusively on healthy non-smokers, so more research is needed. Another warning, that while e-cigarettes might be safer than traditional ones, vaping may not be an entirely risk-free proposition. With this Medical Minute, I'm Arlette Sines, ABC News.
CBS on $1 million mission to reduce tobacco smoking among college kids. Their charitable foundation has teamed up with the American Cancer Society to provide grants to over 120 colleges and universities to help them become tobacco-free. The money will go toward things like no smoking signs and programs to help students and faculty quit smoking. Happening today in our area, the mall at UTC hosting a Real Men Wear Pink party and fashion show. The show will feature local men determined to raise awareness and raise money to save lives about breast cancer. The event is set to run from 7 to 8 in the Grand Court at the UTC Mall. Entertainment news now. Awards season is on the horizon, and one iconic actress can now claim an early honor. The Hollywood Reporter says that Judi Dench will receive the Kirk Douglas Award for Excellence in Film at the Santa Barbara Film Festival. The 82-year-old actress will receive the honor on November the 30th. Variety reports that Oscar winner Leonardo DiCaprio has announced his foundation will award over $20 million in grants to more than 100 organizations focusing on the environment. He made the announcement at the Yale Climate Conference earlier this week. The grants will focus on areas including the U.S., Somalia, Kenya, and the Amazon. Up next, your top local news headlines and a new fanny pack helps you achieve a unique fashion trend. We'll tell you how you can get the dad bod after this.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
As a singer-songwriter, it's all about creating high-performance art that moves people. Same is true in making gorgeous cars. Fiat designs it. You're the artist.
Choose your palette just about any color combo inside out. No small wonder, state-of-the-art style Fiat.
Now this moves me. Oh, they're playing my song.
Let the art of Fiat move you at Fiat of Sarasota.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC 7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
It's Willamania at the Players Center as the Will Rogers Follies takes the stage September 27th. Part homespun humor and part Ziegfeld Follies, this toe-tapping Tony Award musical is the start of our wild Broadway series. So call the Players at 365-2494 or visit us at theplayers.org. You need to catch Willamania.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetzy. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
It's Lincoln's summer sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sport Utility for $269 per month, or a 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We have a great selection of certified pre-owned Lincolns. These vehicles have warranties up to 100,000 miles and come with complimentary roadside assistance. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Another live picture of the scene at 301 and Myrtle. Plenty of folks are walking around now. Our camera has caught an accident actually happening at 301 and Myrtle. 2 cars collided. 1 car went into the ditch. The driver has since been able to walk from the scene with no serious injuries there. Here are some of the other top headlines making news this morning. A 7-hour armed standoff came to a peaceful end in Parrish last night. Manatee deputies arrested a man who began the incident, they say, by pointing a gun at his wife and firing shots out the house window. An Amber Alert has been issued for 4 siblings in Bradenton. Police believe their mother may have them, but she does not have legal custody. And local tourism officials are trying to spread the word that Sarasota County is back open for business. They've received plenty of calls from prospective tourists looking to visit but are concerned about the effects of Hurricane Irma. Checking first alert traffic right now. A slowdown there on the northbound lanes of the DeSoto Bridge toward Palmetto. That's a switch. Also 301 southbound towards Sarasota. You'll notice an issue there along the Bayfront at the 41-301 Apex. Also Bee Ridge Road. Some issues out by McIntosh. South County, one slowdown on 41 in the southbound lane approaching Business 41. John?
Mix of sun and clouds to start your morning. Some places starrier than others. Most places a little cloud covered. Those clouds not producing rain. They will later on. Daytime high about 90 with a feels like of about 99.
Look at this, John. A new fanny pack turning heads in England. It's called the Dad Bag or the Dad Bod. Take your pick. It's a new fanny pack made to resemble a pudgy, hairy belly. The concept comes from a London-based artist who says he always wanted a dad bod, but was concerned about the health issues. But wait, there's more. The bag comes in a multitude of skin tones and belly hairstyles.
Okay.
Hope you're enjoying your breakfast right now. So maybe that's what some of my friends are wearing around. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is. All right. That's an odd kind of thing
A
right
fanny
there.
pack.
Yes, I bet it sells like, and mostly for gifts, I would think.
Yes.
I don't think many people buying it for themselves, but I could be wrong.
I do not want one for Christmas, okay?
You're right? That's what I was just thinking. The
There's a
perfect gift.
beautiful sunrise in progress. Enjoy your day, folks.